Flash Season 9 has concluded, which it concluded like 3 weeks ago. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not going to do a full-on review of this. I'm not going to do a good/bad/summary, letter grade type of thing. This is a rant. And it's a rant that I've been trying to figure out how to do ever since the finale aired. Because I was going to do the whole shabam, the review, the rankings, all of that, which, seeing from this video here is that the review is coming and also the ranking is coming as well. But it's just, I was very, very disappointed with this season. Very disappointed with the show and the showrunners, the writers. And it's just, how could you mess up this bad? I had high hopes for this season. The marketing team did its job perfectly, and right up until the finale, I still had high hopes that this would end as an emotional series finale that tied everything together from the entire show, dating all the way back to season 1. They marketed this season as Barry's final run, one last run to save his city. And up until episode 12, I didn't get that. I didn't get any of that. Episode 1 was promising, but I didn't get any of it. I was deceived. This season, literally, like I said before, was marketed as Barry's final run. Barry has to prepare for his final run. Well, we started the season, with the Red Death arc. And to be fair, the first episode worked as a final season premiere because Barry is all about the future. He is controlling. He wants to know everything about the future. And he has this journal to where it maps out the entire future of he and Iris. And it creates a nice little moral dilemma between the married couple. I like that a lot. That was a really great episode. But then the Red Death arc happens. And then it really falls off the rails with the interlude episodes that never focused on Barry by himself. Instead, we have a Cecile-focused episode, a Nia Nal from Supergirl-focused episode, a time loop featuring Barry and Iris, but is not like a final season time loop episode. The first episode was kind of like that. I do think that they played with the rules a lot better inside of this episode, but and from the first episode, there's no competition. I still think that first episode worked a lot better as a final season premiere for the show. And the last episode of the interlude episodes, an Arrowverse crossover. The last Arrowverse crossover. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you could do that. In the final season, do that. That's great. But you have 13 episodes. And I feel like each episode could contribute to one season of the show. You have 9 seasons. Okay, 13 episodes, 13 minus 9, what is that? 4? So you have 4 singular episodes in the beginning of the season, and the last 9 contribute to the rest of the season, giving us a true final season. That would have worked better here. And from that, you can see where the problem is. There's a bunch of miscellaneous episodes that don't connect in the middle of the final season that has 13 episodes. The season's short as is. Then we move into the last 4 episodes. And immediately, any hope I had for this season has gone out the window. Episode 10 goes back to the night of Barry's origin. And seeing him and Reverse Flash, the original actor, having a face-off was pretty cool. I loved that a lot. But then after that, killing all the momentum, we have an episode about Team Flash. This whole season, it felt like anytime we had a compelling episode about Barry that feels like it belongs in the final season, that belongs a part of his final run, they pull the rug from underneath us and give us more Chester and Allegra and Cecile. And let's not even get started on that wacky character of Keone and Mark. I'm going to talk about her in a few. Oh, and then the finale. This is what this whole review is about. The finale. The finale of Flash, the series finale of the show. All the legacy villains return. That's cool. They have a nice little dialogue in the beginning. I thought all of that was great. I was ready to see them all throw down on Barry, get their revenge. Zoom especially. I was ready to see him. I mean, him and Reverse Flash side by side. Come on. That's epic as hell. But they were defeated. But not by Barry. No. The show is too sophisticated for that. No, it's not he is the Flash. It's We are the Flash. So you know who defeated all of the legacy villains? The same villains that took them 23 episodes to defeat? Team Flash did it. Yeah, Team Flash did it. You know what Keone does? Keone absorbs the lightning that Zoom throws at her and then throws it back at him. Now he's down for the count. Allegra just shoots some light rays at Reverse Flash. He's down for the count. I mean, this is one of the most menacing villains out of all DC Comics, and especially inside of the Arrowverse. Yeah, but he's just down for the count. Savitar. Nora phases through Savitar's blade, huh? This is Barry. This is future Barry. I'm pretty sure he's not getting duped like that. And as fast as Savitar is, he is definitely faster than Nora. And Nora is not faster than Savitar at all. Godspeed versus Cecile. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care in defense of Cecile. None of that. I don't care. That was terrible. It was atrocious, and it was an abomination of the show. Team Flash defeats all of the legacy villains, while Barry has to talk to his opponent. I mean, why was Cobalt Blue even here? He literally only had 2 episodes to be a villain. And in fact, in episode 12, he wasn't even a villain. Episode 13, he became a villain. And it wasn't like it was an arc for Eddie to turn into Cobalt Blue. No, see, the thing is, Barry got the life that Eddie was supposed to get. So now Eddie succumbs to the Cobalt Blue gem, and now he's Cobalt Blue. Okay, I would like to see that inside of an entire season. If you weren't going to do the each episode, each season thing, maybe do that for 9 episodes. Have a 9-episode arc about Cobalt Blue, and then each episode, you're bringing in different legacy villains, leading us closer to the biggest villain of all, Cobalt Blue. Maybe we could have done that. That sounds like something that we could have done. But instead, you know what? He does nothing. They brought Eddie back for no reason. He did nothing. The legacy villains, they did nothing. Now let's get into the character of Keone. They brought this Keone character in there just for Caitlin to come back in the finale. And I get it. They ended on a cliffhanger in season 8 with the Keone creation. I get that. I just felt like the Keone character was so unnecessary. And she was nothing more than to just keep Danielle Pennebaker on the show for the final season. Because they didn't know what they wanted to do with Caitlin. I just don't understand why they go through this whole trouble of saying, Caitlin's dead, Caitlin's dead, Caitlin's dead, Frost is dead, Caitlin's dead. And then they bring Caitlin back in the finale. Finally, the worst part of this season and the finale is that they really tried to end the show on a high note with Barry's final run. And it was a fantastic ending shot. It was so fantastic. The music crescendos, listening to Barry's speech, and then you zoom in on Nora's eyes with the lightning bolts inside of it, and then you see Barry have his final run. I guess that's what they meant by final run. The last 10 seconds of the finale. So weird. But unfortunately, that doesn't excuse every other episode in this season not leading to that. It never led to that final crescendo moment. In fact, a couple minutes before that, we had Joe propose to Cecile. The last scene before the title card was Cecile focused. Just like the rest of this season, to be fair. Every episode, except for the Red Death arc, felt like its own singular episode. Episode 10, very different from episode 11. Episode 11, very different from episode 12 and 13. Episode 12 and 13, okay, 2 and 2, I guess. Still very different, but they never led up to that fantastic ending shot. If anything that I take away from this season is that Arrowverse crossover and that final shot of the season. If I take away anything from this season, it will be from those two things. In conclusion, The Flash Season 9 is the worst final season of the Arrowverse. Barry is pushed to the back, and for multiple episodes, he's not the focus. This didn't feel like the final season. It felt like a confusing, rushed product marketed as the final run. Eric Wallace has said in many interviews that he wished that he would have gotten to do Season 10 because then he would have done the big Justice League, Arrowverse Justice League crossover event that would lead into like a great finale, a great final run for Barry. But the thing is, you can't excuse a bad product because you had plans for this. Season 8 ended to where if the next season came out and it had to be the final season, you could do that. You could end it in season 9 if you really wanted to. I wish they would have went to 10 seasons. I really do, because I love that even number of 10 seasons for The Flash. And to be fair, they could have went that. And the problem here is that season 9 had time. They had time to make it. It wasn't like Batwoman or DC Legends where they ended their seasons on cliffhangers, didn't know whether or not they were going to get picked up or not, and they didn't. And they were canceled. Flash ended. Grant ended the show with all of that in mind. And if you're only giving out 13 episodes for this final season, then you make it the best damn season you can. The Flash season 9 just didn't feel like a final season at all. And for a season that had time for them to perfectly map out how they wanted to end this series, to give the fans what they wanted, and to give a nice tribute to the actor that played him for 10 years. How do we give this guy tribute? And including the 90s Flash, John Wesley Shipp. How do we give these guys tribute? How do we honor the seasons before with the legacy villains? How do we do that? We push Barry to the back and give more episodes to Cleavage, Bearing, Cecile, Chester and Allegra, Keone and Mark having awkward chemistry, messy first arcs, odd episodes in the middle, and confusing closing acts. The Flash Season 9 is a 6.9 out of 10 for me. And the only reason why I'm giving it a 6.9 is because I gave The Flash Season 7 a 6.8. And I do think that this season is a little bit better than Flash Season 7. It's a little bit less cringy, and there's not a lot of episodes for me to hate about this season. It's a C. I'm probably going to give it a C- on a grade. It's a C-. And it's a terrible season. Really terrible season. Terrible finale. They really dropped the ball on this show. Alright guys, that is it for the rant. Please know that everything that I did say in this video was just my very own opinion, and you are free to comment down below. What did you think of The Flash Season 9? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please don't forget to check out that Twitter. It's going to pop up on your screen right now, and also that Arrowverse playlist. That link is also in the description. And yeah, I mean, I love this show, but they really dropped the ball in the final season. A ranking for The Flash is on the way. With all of that being said, guys, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.